Jah I Am, welcoming you to episode 5. If this is your first time tuning in to the channel, on this channel, we're all about helping you become the best version of yourself by simplifying that road to get you there. We accomplish that mission by focusing on the fundamental building blocks of all 3 planes of existence: spiritual, mental, and physical. You've heard the saying, body, mind, and soul. Well, keep in mind, pun intended, one of the evils of the physical plane is things, specifically facts and truths, tend to be inverted. Therefore, the reverse or flip tends to be the truth. So in this case, it's not body, mind, and soul, but soul, mind, and body in that order of importance, because that is the order of creation. Spirit or soul gave life to mind, and mind gave life to body or physical plane. And on this channel, everything we present will be putting emphasis on strengthening one of the 3 planes of existence. Thus far, majority of the topics discussed have been dominantly geared towards positively impacting and influencing a healthier spirit. Now, since these 3 planes are interconnected like a braid, it's not possible to affect one plane without affecting the other 2. However, every topic on this channel will be dominantly more relevant to promoting better health on one plane over the others. So now I am excited to transition from spiritual health to mental health. If you haven't watched the episodes on belief, intention, and attention, go ahead and watch those first before watching this episode. I'll have the links in the description below. Belief, intention, and attention is what I refer to as the Holy Grail trifecta to manifesting the life you want and deserve. So strengthen that spiritual muscle by taking in that information on those episodes and applying it so you can be properly ready for this episode. And I cannot put enough emphasis on the fact that every episode in the sequence it's aired is super relevant and intentional. As subtle as it may seem, just humor me and understand it's a small vital piece that connects to create the masterpiece. We shall continue to progress to more advanced teachings, but first, we cannot skip over the wax on, wax off, no Mr. Miyagi phase of training. All right, now it's most appropriate that we start working with the mind muscle by discussing how to leverage the subconscious. Coined by French psychologist Pierre Janet back in 1889, the subconscious was used to describe the part of the mind that operates outside of consciousness, yet heavily influences thoughts, behaviors, and feelings. Now, there is no exaggeration when I say this after I say that, and that is you will have complete control over your life, generally speaking, of course, when you understand this ancient knowledge, which is nothing, underline nothing, is created on the physical plane. Everything you see, smell, hear, touch, and taste is a reflection of the mind. The mind is the projector and the physical plane is the projection screen. So understand all of production is coming from the mind. The physical world is just a blank canvas that portrays whatever the mind, aka the projector, projects onto it. So when you marry this truth, you never have any question of where to go to solve your problems. When you marry this truth, you understand unequivocally that the root and core to solving everything pertaining to your life is in the mind. Now, when we dive into the most beautiful, advanced, sophisticated, elaborate computer ever engineered, aka the mind, and what's my proof? Well, very simple. Think about the most advanced technology known to man. and this computer, aka the mind, engineered it. This superior computer, aka the mind, is really broken up into two large parts: the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind processes 40 bits of data per second. Super efficient, right? Well, hold on now. The subconscious processes 40 million bits of data per second, 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. As you're listening to my beautiful voice and watching these captivating slides, your subconscious mind is controlling your heartbeat, your breathing, your blink rate, your liver function, your kidney function, your pancreas function, and a plethora of other functions you have the luxury to not have to worry about because your subconscious is on it. If your subconscious ever skip a beat, you'll skip a beat, literally. Now, obviously, you didn't come to my channel for a human anatomy session. So let me give you what you came for. So without further delay, here it is. Without saying that and then saying this, pay attention to the next words I utter. The subconscious mind produces 95% of your daily results. Again, the subconscious mind produces 95% of your daily results. So if your life is super crappy, blame it on the subconscious. Jamie Foxx had it all wrong. The alcohol has nothing to do with it. The subconscious is all to blame for whatever life you are living and experiencing. And when you understand the computing power of the subconscious, 40 million bits of data per second, then it all makes sense as to why it is responsible for so much of your daily results. Furthermore, your subconscious is able to be ever so efficient at not wasting energy by simply running the programs that have been loaded into it already, instead of creating new ones. By the way, shout out to Dr. Bruce Lipton, who is the expert in this field. Now, since the subconscious was simply designed by our creator to record and play over and over what it recorded, our creator designed for the first 7 years of existence to be that recording period. And in that number itself is a confirmation, because 7 symbolizes completion. Hence, 7 days of the week, 7 years of a cell life, 7 colors of the rainbow, 7 oceans, etc., etc. During the first 7 years of every child, they are heavily in theta phase of awareness, which makes their subconscious very accessible and receptive to suggestions as it is in the recording stage. That's why the ancients used to have a saying, "Give me the first 7 years of a child and I'll show you the man." From age 7 and older, the subconscious locks up and just plays what is recorded for those first 7 years. Some say this starts as early as when you're in the womb. Those 7 years of recording by the subconscious become the programs that are played each and every day. These programs yield 95% of your daily results on autopilot. So, Ja, how do I reprogram the recordings in the subconscious mind after they are locked at age 7? Well, great question. And short answer is, you must go straight to the source and load up new recordings. Now, in practice, it's not that easy. You see, you can look at a vision board, journal all day, say affirmations all day until you turn into all colors of the rainbow, and you will not affect the pre-recorded programs in your subconscious at all. Because the subconscious is the most attractive club you want to be in. And the conscious mind is the most aggressive bouncer that is super effective in keeping you out of that club, aka subconscious. So when you state an affirmation like, "I am rich," it never enters the subconscious to be a program it plays, because that bouncer, aka conscious mind, will look at that ID of that statement and say, wait a minute, you only have $5 in your account. You can't come in because that ID doesn't match that statement of being rich. Metaphorically, every suggestion and affirmation you want to impress upon the subconscious never makes it into that club, aka subconscious, to be a program it plays to yield you your results that you want. So, Jam, how do I get past that bouncer, aka conscious mind? Great question. And before I answer that, let's look into the subconscious a little further. Think about it for a moment. How much of your daily activities do you really consciously participate in? When you drive home and from work, do you consciously take every turn? When you take a shower, are you consciously involved in every action to clean yourself? When you brush your teeth, are you conscious of every brush stroke? When you breathe, how many breaths are you really conscious of throughout the day? The reasons why that is all a struggle for the conscious mind is, remember, the conscious mind has a much smaller computing power at 40 bits of data per second. And a lot of that computing power is used up in the future and past settings. Whereas the subconscious is able to flex its larger computing power by satisfying all that's needed to be satisfied in the present settings. That's why while you're in your car thinking about how amazing of a day you had at work and what you're going to have for lunch tomorrow, that's all burning conscious mind energy. Your subconscious is stopping at the red light. It's making that left where it needs to. It's slowing down when it has to. It's speeding up when it needs to. And by the time you realize it, your subconscious has gotten you home safe while your conscious mind was in la la land the whole time. This is the power of the subconscious mind, always being in the present setting. Let me give you another example we all have experienced. You're having a conscious conversation and all of a sudden you have a brain fog and you're like, what's the name of that main actor in the movie Top Gun again? You just can't remember for some reason. So you go on about your business and multiple activities later, you're in the shower and bing, the answer hits you out of nowhere. Tom Cruise. That's the power of the subconscious, searching high and low, far and wide to get you that answer because it stays in the present. By the way, that's a very useful life hack I use all the time. To ask a question pertaining to what I want, because the subconscious is ever so efficient at getting you the answers to the questions you ask. So real life example, instead of saying I cannot afford it, ask yourself, how can I afford it? And watch the subconscious go to work and bring you the answer like it did with the Tom Cruise example. And your eyes don't have to be wide shut for this to work. Some of you beautiful folks missed that movie reference. I'm just too much of a natural at this. So please excuse me while I finish dating myself. I know I'm happily married, but hey, infidelity happens. But I digress. Questions articulated in the right manner is one of the many ways to leverage the power of the subconscious to go to work to your favor. The right questions is like pressing the start button to the subconscious to go to work for you. The takeaway here is questions open up the mind, expand the mind, while statements closes the mind. The subconscious loves questions and simply operates off of questions. And here's why. Every bit of information ever known to man and will ever be known to man, the subconscious has direct access to. That's because the subconscious has direct access to the ultimate one divine consciousness, aka our divine creator. Therefore, all there is to know, you already know. And this is why I intentionally open up a lot of my shorts with the statement, here to remind you, because clearly that's all I'm doing. Contrary to popular belief, no one teaches you anything. In essence, when you learn something new, all that took place is what you so-called learned being brought up to your conscious mind from the subconscious mind that already knew it. Therefore, when you think you've learned something new, it's just a reminder to what is already stored in the subconscious. The information is only new to the conscious mind. So therefore, since the subconscious already have access to all there is to know, don't ever hesitate to ask it questions to what you want answers to. Like the example I gave earlier, practice at posing the questions where the answers get you the results you desire. But, I am. Don't forget my question, man. Oh, yeah. So here are the two most effective strategies and ways to getting the new recordings into your subconscious mind so it can be the new program it plays daily on autopilot. Strategy number 1. You must catch that bouncer, aka the conscious mind, when it's tired and sleepy. It pays less attention in keeping what you want to enter that club we call the subconscious. So it's much easier to get those new recordings past the conscious mind and into the subconscious mind when the conscious mind is sleepy. Case in point, what does a hypnosis induce before hypnotizing a patient? Short answer is sleep. You know, you're getting sleepy, also sleepy. That transition from alertness to start of sleep state is theta phase of awareness. The same phase of awareness children spend majority of their first 7 years of existence in. The awareness that induces imagination. Hence why we all have more active imagination as children. Theta is also the phase of awareness that presses record in the subconscious. So get good at practicing self-hypnosis by tapping into the 2 windows of opportunity to self-hypnotize. Just before going to sleep and in the morning when you first wake up. Those 2 times are when you have access to the club, aka subconscious, without the bouncer, aka conscious mind, in the way. The other most efficient strategy to getting new recording into the subconscious is through repetition, which is the pure language of the subconscious. When you speak this language, you must be repetitive and you must speak what you believe to be true. Otherwise, that bouncer, aka conscious mind, especially when awake, will filter that recording before it gets to the subconscious. The most effective affirmation is the one that is most believable to you. Remember, the bouncer, aka conscious mind, will check the ID, and if the identity doesn't match the affirmation, that affirmation will not get to the subconscious to be a program it plays. You want the subconscious to play "You Are Rich" program? You will have much more success with an affirmation that states, "I'm getting richer each and every day in every way," than an affirmation that states, "I am a millionaire," when your bank account is overdrawn. The latter affirmation is wishful thinking that will stay a wish. To really add value to your mental health and to assist to reprogramming your subconscious, I shall post effective subliminal videos every Monday moving forward. Watch these videos designed to penetrate straight past the conscious mind, right into the subconscious mind, to become programs it plays, transforming your life over time to the life you want and desire. These subliminal videos are the next revolution of subliminal videos, with the DNA to get you results. No thought was spared in the making of these videos, including the day we are airing it every week. Monday, named after the moon, hence in Spanish is lunes. Monday is Mind Day, because you are a replica of the earth you live in. So the mind of the earth is the moon. Case in point as to why different phases of the moon has a different effect on your mind. Nothing to do with the tides of the ocean, and everything to do with your mind being connected with the earth's mind, aka the moon. That's where the word lunatic originated from. So we are leveraging the alignment of Monday being Moon Day or Mind Day, with you working on your mind day with these powerful subliminal videos. Tune in for that. And until then, I want to wish you love, peace, and above. And I am, and you are, and together we'll shine brighter than a star.